Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 91st episode of Hunter x Hunter. Make sure to hit the like button if you want me to continue reacting to this series, and hit the dislike button if you want me to drop it and just watch it on my own. So, last episode we had our two fights actually begin. Gon's battle with interest, you know, the most deadly of all battles, and Killua's battle with not running away. That's kind of our two fronts, so, you know, let's get into that and see exactly how both those battles are progressing. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah, we do have one less eye. And that debt's getting larger. Things not looking good for either of our heroes. Hopefully we can turn it around this episode. The strong and the weak. But which is which? Who is who? Who is phone? And we're back at our evil base camp. Yay. What dastardly things are you guys up to? I'm sure lots of plotting and scheming. Oh god, no. That's one of two things, both of which are pretty bad. That's what I was afraid of. One of the two things I was afraid of. Please stop moaning. I really don't want to hear that. He told you, didn't he? Well, he is ready to be born, all right. Talk about entering your rebellious stage early. Like, shut up, Mom. I'll be born when I want to. Yeah, that's probably incredibly painful. And we are in trouble because the king is born. You better not pack up on me, cat. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's the man himself. Yeah, how are you doing? I'm guessing not well. That looked pretty bad. Not that I care, really, but... Holy shit. Well, don't piss him off. He's been alive for like 3 minutes and... already death. Even got some on the book. Well, not sure what you expected. Your literal disgusting insect hybrid things. What'd you expect, the Taj Mahal? The guy is clearly very powerful, so not sure how we deal with him. I mean, there's only really one right answer to that. Unless you don't want to keep your head. Is he gonna kill him? I mean, there was a dash at the end of the subtitle, so I had a feeling. He was just trying to help, man. You don't need to be a dick. Yeah, I'd be sweating too. Cleaning the thing that just killed two of your comrades with basically no reason. So is she like still alive, or... Guy was hungry. Man knows how to intimidate his subjects, I'll give him that. Our 3 royal guards. Be right back. Yeah, he seems pretty grateful for that. Wow, I didn't realize how short he is, wow. I think everyone's pretty speechless. Well, I mean, I hope she dies, but that's just me. That's just a tragedy, isn't it? He is so short. I think he's actually shorter than the cat girl. No? Saying we don't need the queen? I mean, I guess since the king's born, I guess we wouldn't. Well, goodbye, queen. I mean, I honestly kind of assumed the king would finish her off before he left. But I guess he doesn't have to. Yeah, that was a no-go. Unless you get any ideas. I hope you're not talking about the NAND users, because they have no reason to help you. It's got quite an interesting posse. Butterfly cat and a demon-looking guy. Well, we have a view. And that was a thick wall, too. He almost reminds me of Cell. It just clicked in my head. He reminds me of Cell. I just need him to eat somebody with his tail. The bird. The plane. It's... What's his face? Kinda forgot his name. He hasn't been relevant for a while. Yes, they are very lovely wings. that are wasted on you. Can you fly? Gonna sprout wings? He is totally gonna sprout wings! Not as pretty, though. If any... Okay. If anything, I expected more, like, demonic devilly wings. So you fisted the wall? Well, that is a pretty nice spot. This is a delicious rock. Let's put some ketchup on it. Yeah, that's of course what he's talking about. Crazy man. But, I'm really worried now that he's around and looking for food. So I'm pretty sure there are very few people that could stand up to him. So yeah, he really is coming. He has a literal white flag. I come in peace. Please do not shoot me. Though I don't know how he's gonna convince them to help him. I know he doesn't have much better options, but this is still a desperate play. Yeah, that would come quite the surprise, wouldn't it? Save our queen. Well, technically she doesn't need to, because she already gave birth to the king, who's going to be the biggest problem. Yeah, that's what the queen said, and she didn't have much say in the matter. Yeah. Kind of liked one of those two. they just carry the ones that can't fly. He still looks just so smug, even though he has to literally be carried because he can't fly. That child's like a foot tall, don't kill her. Yeah, these people are going to die. Horribly and painfully, aren't they? I saw it coming. It didn't help much. It's time to run, although I don't know how far you'll get. They're not fighters. No. Which he just destroyed. He's gonna eat the brain of a small child. There's really nothing she can do. I disagree strongly. In case you forgot how horrible the bad guys are, let us remind you. Yeah, it's no Nen user. Oh, I actually smacked her. She didn't keep her head, though. Oh no, that's because he held back her because she's stronger. But damn, that was a slap. Yeah, she kept her head. Well, that answers that question. Yeah, this guy's a problem for, like, everyone. So if we could actually get an alliance going against a king, that would definitely help. And what else would you do? If you go out in the wild, you just get killed. Really? This kind of power vacuum nonsense. I forgot about that thing. That thing is just the worst. Although that one's pretty bad too. Well, sides are being formed. Things changed real quick after that king was born. Yeah. That would be a problem. Well, that's not good to hear. And we have a dead queen, so... But what do you do about it? Colts, okay, thank you. I know this queen's not technically dead, but... Yeah, I guess Cole doesn't have much to lose. I mean... yeah, we have that going. Are they in the truck? I... I think they are. It says toe on its forehead. Why did you have to bring up Kite Gone? Everyone just kind of chilling. So Gon just has like a new companion on his shoulder. Weaker than some people, but stronger than others. Don't worry about it. All you can do is continue to get stronger, Gon. Let that frustration drive you. Want to give him a head pat, Killua? Well, damn, that was a way to end an episode. On a very depressing note. So, yeah, in other words, the fight did not go well for either of them, so much for turning that around. But yeah, man, things really have shaken up now. You know, at first thought I might have skipped an episode, but I guess not. I guess they just wrapped up the fights and came over. This is definitely the most developments we've had in a single episode in a while. Okay, that was the 91st episode of Hunter x Hunter. Man, where do we even start with this one? Okay, well, the biggest news is ding dong, the king has been born. And they wasted no time making him seem very powerful, very kingly, you know, arrogant, condescending, entitled, you know, like anything you might associate with a king, you got here. I didn't say anything during the reaction, but damn, did he remind me of Gilgamesh in this episode. I mean, obviously not as cool as Gilgamesh. I mean, nobody is, but he was definitely on the same kind of wavelength, right? Like for sure. And yeah, I mean, as far as introductions go of a character, I think they did a pretty good job of making him seem the way he's supposed to seem and doing it very quickly. Like from the very first second of, oh no, it's too early to be born, honey. How about I do anyway? And just slammed his fist out and just yeah, crawled his way out of there. As the queen just back there writhing in agony and slowly dying, several organs destroyed. I mean, if I didn't hate these people, I might have been bothered by that. I'm still bothered by it to an extent, just because of how gruesome it was, but still, screw the queen, screw this entire colony. I hope they all die. But it almost seems like we may, you know, have a common enemy with this new king. You know, like they seem to kind of almost be kind of going their separate ways, with the king only really caring about his royal 3 guard and nobody else. So if we could have like a bit of a 3 faction sort of thing going, that could definitely be interesting, right? So yeah, just king just wasting no time, just lopping people's heads off for basically no reason. Just like, hi king, pfft, dead, basically. I mean, the turtle was even trying to be helpful. I even had the thought, again, I didn't say anything, but I had the thought, like, well, the turtle probably has high defense. Maybe he could survive a blow from him. I thought, when I had that thought, I had no reason to believe he would even attack him yet. It was just a thought I had. And a few seconds later, off with the head, we saw the little hyphen at the end of the subs, and I knew what that meant. I knew that meant that turtle's head was going to come off too. Still was a little bit surprising, though, even in spite of that. Because I was only half convinced by that hyphen. Right? So, yeah, he just made a big mess of things. And now there's talk about, you know, people starting their own colony somewhere else, you know, ruining another ecosystem, starting a whole new big problem somewhere else, you know, as a result of the queen dying. So if we can save the queen, I guess we prevent that from happening. I guess that's our current goal. Although we don't know how doable that is. Obviously, Colt went to go have a meeting with the local Nen users that are nearby, because I guess they knew where they were already, they just never made a move. But he hasn't yet actually talked to Netoro yet, so, you know, we'll see how that goes, right? I mean, how willing he is to cooperate, we'll see. I mean, if anybody can help, I have faith that he can. And then we had this scene, when they dropped down in the local farm field, right? I mean, as soon as we saw these people, we knew they were all gonna die. Let's be honest, we knew they were gonna die. You know, the king, he's like, this food is crap, I need good food, I need some of that rare human Nen food. And he went out finding it. And of course he didn't find any of it, because, you know, Nen users, they're not exactly a dime a dozen, especially strong ones that I assume taste the best. They're not easy to find. So he didn't find any. He just drops down here, lops off a couple of heads, tries eating them, says it wasn't all that great. Our cat girl says, hey, the brains are the tastiest part. He's like, oh, okay. And then the last person left in that field was the small child who could not do anything to save herself. Like, even if she started running the second they dropped, she wouldn't have gotten away. But no. So there really wasn't anything I could say. Like, sometimes in a situation I'm like, run away or hide, but there was nothing she could have done. Not in a million years. Not in a million years, so he killed her too and ate her. And that definitely was a, in case you forgot, the bad guys are evil kind of scene, right? Because we've shifted focus away from them a decent amount with the whole Go and Killua training thing, right? So we got back into that, through that in a big way. So yeah, I don't really want to talk about that scene anymore. So let's just move on. And yeah, that's when we had a bit of a like power vacuum-ish kind of scene where sides are being drawn, and yeah, the power shifted quite a bit. And then we had a reminder of the bet. And then we suddenly had our whole group coming together, right? So I was a little bit confused because I thought we were still fighting, but I guess we just kind of skipped past that. So fair enough. You know, Gon's got the little cat thing on his shoulder, which I guess represents the debt, you know, the loss, right? Which I kind of figured, and it seemed to be the case by the end of the episode. So essentially, yeah, Gon did not win that fight. And on Killua's side of things, he ended with the line, well, first is something nice about, you know, protecting Gon while he can't really defend himself. And then he had the not so nice line about goodbye, so I guess that's supposed to imply that his conclusion to that conflict about, you know, running away and being by Gon's side, his conclusion is just to not be by Gon's side, which is not the conclusion that I wanted, so that's definitely pretty heartbreaking if that's really what that was meant to imply, and I'm sure it was. I don't know why that cat has just a hiragana for toe on its head. Not quite sure what the meaning of that is, or if there is any, but that was something I noticed. So, yeah, this is kind of a low point for Gon and Killua for sure. You know, Gon's like despairing over being weak, and Killua, you know, despairing over not being able to be by Gon's side. It's not a good situation for either of them. At least we got to see the cat girl get slapped with his tail. I'm glad they clarified, because I really was curious whether or not he held back because he actually cares about his royal guard, or if she just survived it because she's stronger. And it was the latter. So I'm so glad they clarified that. Like I didn't think they would. So I am kind of curious just how strong this guy is, because he's obviously stronger than any of the other Chimera Ant thingies. But how does he compare to like Netoro? You know, like that's a good question, because I don't think Netoro can 1v1 this guy, but I don't know how we beat this guy. That's probably my biggest thing, because I don't know if anyone is on his level. So it might take some kind of teamwork efforts to win this. Like maybe we just defeat him with pure numbers. I don't know. But this episode, I mean, it was trying to demonstrate how powerful he was, and it did. So I'm understandably worried right now. We'll see what comes of Colt's last-ditch effort to save the queen. Because if he can at least get Netoro on his side and save the queen's life, that at least prevents the overall hive from completely just breaking into chaos and spreading out, start new hives. You know, we can at least stop that from happening. And if we could somehow get them on our side, that could help against this king that doesn't seem to care too much about them. Really. We'll see. We'll see if that's how this ends up going. Well, I don't know if he's like completely abandoning this hive. Like he didn't seem to care too much about them there, and the cat girl didn't want to save the queen. But I don't know. Like where else would they really go, right? I mean, he didn't seem to like this building very much, so maybe they'll just start their own building with blackjack and hookers. That could be something. So, yeah, that's all I really got to say on the episode. We saw some unfamiliar faces. I mean, we saw some faces we haven't seen in a while, I mean to say. Some faces were destroyed. Some people were killed. You know, it's a typical episode of Hunter x Hunter, so that's that. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.